It's been 1 year since I paid off my federal student loans. I've officially been debt free from student loans for 1 year. And yes, it is as amazing as you could imagine. So if you are someone and you are close to reaching the end of the road in terms of your payments, please just keep going. I know it's not easy in any way. I know the interest is likely what has felt unbearable. Just keep going. If you are in a position to continue to pay extra, pay more, pay down that principal, keep going. You will, the freedom you have. And I won't lie, there are times where I go back to check the website just to be able to see it is indeed paid in full. I go back and check. I'm just being so real with you guys. I really do. It was the biggest win. It was really, truly the biggest win I could have granted myself in 2024. And it was documented in relation to paying resale for sneakers. And that's one thing I will, always actually be proud about. That I was able to present it in a way that hopefully hit home for someone else who was contemplating, I have this disposable income. And not everyone does. I'm very understanding of that. Not everyone even has disposable income right now in these current times, or even since 2020, really, to be able to pay extra on their student loans. I paid extra on principal every chance that I could. I showed you guys that here on the channel, that yes, I could have. I was able to buy so many different sneakers at high resale prices, but I chose not to. Instead, I chose to take an action that put me one step closer towards freedom, because I continue to say that being free from these student loans, that was the real goal. And every time we take action on something, it's truly either moving us closer to our goal or farther away. When we really put it into just black and white perspective, it is. I know there's nuance in a lot of things. There is nuance in so many things. But it really is something that you're doing. It's going to move you closer to the goal, or it's going to move you further away, and you have to determine how important is that goal really. Getting rid of my student loans, it was more important than every other, I'm going to say mostly every other sneaker. It really was, because I didn't stop buying sneakers. Hopefully that was understood too, that you could do both. If you were financially in a position to do both, I have never seen a problem with you doing both. Do both. Do both. Why not? I haven't seen a problem with doing both. Why not continue to treat yourself to pairs you really, really love and you know you're going to enjoy? Why not also work hard to put yourself in a better position financially, more stability, a higher net worth? You owe that to yourself. You owe that to yourself more than you owe Jordan Brand and Nike and Adidas and New Balance and anyone to grow their bottom line. You owe yourself that. So hopefully you took that away. It's something that I just continue to remind myself, you owe yourself this freedom. But there was something very unexpected in paying off my student loans. Leading up to that, I continued to think, especially when I was heavily buying pairs, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, I continued to think in the back of my mind, once these student loans are gone, I have so much more money to buy more sneakers. I held on to that until I actually got to that point. Before I even got to that point, right? Remember, I started to sell off part of my collection start of 2024, January. I was at 262 pairs. I paid off my student loans in August of 2024. So I was already stepping back. I was already desiring less of these pairs. And I really thought, like, all this free money, that's what I'm going to continue to put it towards. It didn't happen that way. Hitting a goal and then having this additional income, it's kind of been a catch-22 in a way. And let me explain. I'll go ahead and overlay a 22 on here while we're discussing this. Because it can feel the same when it comes to running too. If you have ever been someone where you stepped away from running for a while and you go back to it, when you start, you want to go, and it's great that you're wanting to go and you're wanting to be more consistent in it and you're wanting to push the pace, but also you're going to end up holding yourself to who you were before, the previous runner, the faster runner, faster pace, longer distance, better everything. And then you might get frustrated and you're just like, oh my goodness, like I just want to walk away from this. It can feel that way sometimes if you've ever ran. Running will challenge you in insane ways. But for sneakers and my student loans, there was a part of me that was sacrificing every single time that I chose to pay on those loans and not do something that was just for fun. And sneakers are fun. There was part of me that was sacrificing. So there was part of me, as soon as I got to the end, I'm like, oh, you owe it. You owe it to that part of you that was sacrificing to now go and get these pairs. Where's the wish list? Fulfill the wish list. And then you are also on the other side of, I'm able to see what I can do with this money. Should I continue to just do that, right? And I when I wasn't spending it just on sneakers, more travel was available. Being able to, maybe be more present, show up, bigger gifts, more investments. I was able to grow my net worth. Proud of where it's at. I think I shared the percentage of what it had grown to as soon as I was done with my student loans. Still proud of that. I really am. Like, I know that I did that. I know that I was consistent, putting that money in, not leaving money on the table when it comes to a 401k match. I was proactive in all of that. I can be proud and say I did that. You now understand that you may want to do all these other things now. And so do you continue to pursue all of these other things that you realize you're able to do that have nothing to do with sneakers? Or do you still feel like you owe some obligation to the part of you that sacrificed, because you did sacrifice those sneakers? What do? Life is about finding harmony and also adapting to whatever and wherever you may be in that current chapter of life. It could be vastly different. So much change has happened. And change is inevitable. How you roll with it, how you grow with it, how you embrace it is going to be everything. Trust me, it's been weird when pairs drop and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trying to embrace some different things. I really am. So I've actually never had, funny enough, a loafer. I was talking about this on threads with people who I talk with, women's basketball, but sometimes style definitely comes up. And I said, hey, I hadn't had a loafer. So I went ahead and got a Coach loafer. I haven't even taken, I guess I'll take this off with you guys, because I hadn't even taken the paper off of the actual top of the shoe. So I have a Coach loafer. I'm for sure going to do some fits and they'll be posted elsewhere. But if you guys are interested in seeing them, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. If not, I'm being more mindful of what you guys may or may not be interested in seeing, because no, clearly this is not a sneaker, so that may not be content that you're interested in. But again, growing, adapting. But the strangest thing for me was really not wanting to just go crazy for all the pairs that I passed on. And again, didn't expect it. Not mad about it at all. So please go ahead and share with me in the comments, and then everyone else, if you hit a milestone of paying something off and you had sacrificed waiting on not getting other things, did you even have the same desire for them once you had more money? I mean, you have ample money now, ample disposable income. That fixed overhead of that payment is not there anymore. And you can use the extra money you were throwing towards the minimum payment to do whatever you want. So thank you so much for watching. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.